anything from here is for 1:30 tomorrow onwards.
Brendan, talking about the number of players that could have left the club in the summer, probably thought they were going to leave the club in the summer. How difficult is it for you now and the challenge to then get them to raise the performances as they have in previous years, given you sort of felt they were going to be here?
My experience with it is, I think as soon as the window shuts, everything just stabilises again. People then know where they're going to be for the next numbers of months, or certainly through into January. So the experience just tells me that everything just calms itself now. So I think that's what we'll see in this period.
Exactly. Some of the defeats obviously been against the sort of the top 4-5 teams already this season. Obviously, quite a few people, fans boo.
Yeah.
There's a bit of panic. Do you need to just sort of take stock and think that things will level out?
Yeah, listen, I totally understand it. You know, if you lost 4 of your first 5 games, then supporters, and especially with the whole, it's been a ball of frustration for them. You know, I'm in the know within the club and frustrated, but the supporters outside who aren't, then of course they see all the teams and some of the rivals getting lots of players in, and we're not getting any. So I think there's probably that little sense of frustration around as well. But I can only look at the team and what I can control, and I think that, you know, for the first game here against Brentford, we were excellent for an hour, and then, you know, we should have won the game and ended up drawing the game. Southampton, we played really, really well for 1-0, and then we somehow found a way to lose that game. Arsenal, they were beaten by the better team, but we had moments in that when we were there and got close to them. Chelsea, we should have got something from, and then tonight I felt we deserved something. So it's not as if the players are down in tools, and I just think we're given everything. We're making some mistakes, and we're lacking quality in certain areas, but we'll keep fighting and keep working, and I've got no doubt it will turn.
Brendan, does it worry you that you've got ambitious players like James Maddison, Tielemans at the moment? They'll look at this and it might have a knock-on domino effect that players feel that the ambition isn't there to match their ambition?
Well, it's always. I'm happy if I have ambitious players. I think it's important. They want to do the very best they can. I think James Maddison's a top player. You know, because of what we don't have, I find myself having to move him around the pitch to try and get him to influence the game in the areas and to help the team. He's just a really, really outstanding player. He's really grown and developed, and I'm happy he has ambition. So you want players that are ambitious, players that want to do well for the club and do well for their own careers. So that's it's certainly not something that I would not like, because you want them to have that ambition.
Could that lead to problems like the JJ guys that are looking to break into the England squad? Could that give you problems for the season?
Not really, no, because you have to perform. I think if you perform well, you'll hopefully get an opportunity. So it's really between now. I think it's pretty straightforward for all the national players or English players. You've got to perform between now and November, and try and get into the thinking of the national team manager.
What will Wout and Faes bring to the team? Obviously, I think he's got to freshen up the squad, I suppose, because he's the only South African signing made.
Yeah, he's got a big job. He's got a big job to freshen up the whole squad. Listen, you can tell in his personality as soon as he walked in. He comes in as a captain of his team. He's in the national squad of Belgium, so he's clearly a talented player. I think he comes in at a really good age. He has leadership qualities. We don't have many. We have a lot of quiet leaders in our squad. We don't have so many leaders that are out there. So I think he'll bring that authority, which you need to have in a team. He's aggressive in his defending, so he fits the profile in terms of how we want to defend, and he can play football. He can pass the ball, which is also very important. So yeah, it's great to have him in, and he'll take the number 3 number and hopefully do as well as what Wesley done.
One more, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you've seen Wesley's post.
Yeah.
His post notice Instagram account after It's the end of the window. What did you make of that?
Yeah, listen, I never get too emotional with words. And I think if you look at the logic of it, Wesley was exposed here to a club when very few people knew who he was. And we brought him to here as a 19-year-old, put him in the team. His profile went worldwide as a kid, and he was absolutely brilliant. He got injured. The club could have been exposed, but they weren't. And they looked after him and gave him a great big new contract. His agents would have done really well as well. And we felt he was going to be here. And I felt that he wanted to be here. But the game's changed. I would say the post didn't come from Wesley. I know that for sure, because I've had other experiences where I had a message from Wesley which I knew wasn't from Wesley. So the post was probably the cheap shot towards the end from people and representatives other than him. The kid's a great lad. I'm not going to sit here. He was brilliant for me. And I'm really happy for him that he's, not happy that he's left because I've lost a top player. But I'm not going to sit here and destroy a young guy at 21 years of age who gave me everything, when I know really where the messages come from. So we're sad he's gone. We wish him all the very best, and we'll move on.
Were you able to speak to him directly?
No, not as of yet, no.
You would like to?
I will do it at some point. Our relationship was really strong. I think he said in one of his interviews I was a father figure for him. So I've strong relations with him. Brilliant player, a guy come off the streets, came onto this stage. He was brilliant for us. And hopefully we can produce some more of them.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.